Hello, and welcome to your meditation practice, and welcome to the Open Heart Project. Today we will sit together for 10 minutes, and I will give full instruction. But before we do, I wanted to speak briefly on the topic of confidence and how it might relate to our meditation practice and our life in general. Excuse me. My teacher, Sakyong Mipham Rinpoche, has often said that the most important thing to do when it comes to our meditation practice is to approach it with a sense of confidence. Confidence in ourselves and confidence in the practice altogether. And he has interesting suggestions for how to rouse the quality of confidence, not just as it relates to our practice, but as it relates to our life in general. And I'm sure I don't need to explain to you, how precious the quality of confidence is and how valuable it is and how, for most of it, it tends to shift quite a lot. But there's a difference when you approach a person or a situation with confidence than when you approach the same person or thing with a sense of insecurity or doubt. They plant different seeds, and therefore different plants grow. So his steps are for increasing confidence. There are 5, and they're very interesting. They have nothing to do with believing in yourself or convincing yourself that you really are smart enough and good enough and awesome enough, although I'm sure you are. And as mentioned, they just go a different direction, so I'm going to share them with you. I think I said there are 5. The first step is to clean up your house. And this isn't because it's wrong to be a slob. It's because when you are in an environment that is sloppy, it tends to make you feel sloppy about yourself. When you're in an environment where things are neat and orderly and have a place, and there's a sense of sort of dominion over your environment, as opposed to being swallowed by it when things are kind of chaotic and you don't know where what things are and so forth. And as I look around my house, I see that it's a little bit chaotic right now. But when your environment is orderly, it rouses your inner confidence. So confidence doesn't just come from within you. It can also come from the environment around you, which is very interesting, and I invite you to contemplate that. So the first step is to clean up your house. The second step in rousing confidence is to wear nice clothes. And this doesn't mean wear fancy clothes or expensive clothes. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It means to wear clothes that fit you, that are clean, that you feel comfortable in. I'm sure you've had the experience of walking into a meeting, for example, excuse me, wearing something that is kind of too tight in some places and too loose in others, or you think, your pants are too short, and it kind of, those little details kind of pull you down. And when you wear things that are right, clean, and fit you, it allows you to relax. And at its very core, confidence and relaxation are the same thing. So the third step is to eat good food. And this does not mean eat fancy food. And it doesn't even mean eat healthy food. It means eat food of good quality. If you're going to eat fruits and vegetables, fantastic. If you can afford it, get organic fruits and vegetables. Buy fruits and vegetables that are ripe and crisp and, are going to be at their peak of deliciousness. But if you're going to eat, cake, get cake made out of the best chocolate and with frosting from the, high quality butter. And if you're going to drink whiskey, get good whiskey. And if you're going to drink water, drink purified water. So in other words, what I'm saying is whatever it is that you choose to eat, make sure that it is of the highest quality as best you can. And when we nourish ourselves with such substances, it has an interesting effect. First of all, we feel that we're taking care of ourselves, and it gives a sense of worthiness. I am worthy of food of this quality. And relaxation combined with worthiness may be the formula of confidence itself. The fourth suggestion is to spend time with people who make you feel confident, people who increase your sense of self-belief. And this doesn't mean you have to assiduously avoid all negativity or people who bum you out or what have you. But it is wonderful. Of course, we can't always rid our lives of such people and relationships, but as much as you can, spend time with people who see you, who get you, who, when you talk to them, you feel that you are your best self. Because I'm sure you've had the experience of saying something to one person and having it fall flat and making you feel kind of uncomfortable about what you just said. And then of saying the same exact thing to a different person, but walking out of that conversation feeling good, uplifted, and like they heard you and got you. So it's not so much about the words or the communication, but about the atmosphere and relationship between you. So try to spend time with people with whom, when you're together, it gives rise to a good environment. I hope I didn't make that too complicated. And the final suggestion is to spend time in the natural world. You know, if you live in a rural area, great, no problem, you can do that. If you live in a city, you can still do that. You can go to the park, you can, go to the beach, you can go to the mountains, take a drive if you need to. But there's something about spending time in the natural world, away from, the continual inputs of the computer and television and everything that we are exposed to on a daily basis, and instead placing your mind on the sky and the earth and the air and the water. That gives a sense of confidence because we are reminded that things have a natural order, that our world is good. It is comprised of elements, earth, air, fire, water, that are good, that are real. And when we reconnect with the natural world, we realize that we are a part of it, a part of that goodness. And this rouses our confidence. So to recap, to rouse confidence in yourself and in your life, and I've tried these things and I can tell you they work. Clean up your house, wear nice clothes, eat good food, spend time with people who uplift you, and spend time in the natural world. And then report back to me because I would like to know what your experience has been. And now, without further ado, let's begin our practice for today. We will practice for 10 minutes. So please begin your practice with a sense of certainty that you will be able to apply the technique of meditation. You will be able to do it because you will. And also with the sense that meditation is actually quite a valuable thing to do. You were right to attempt it. And rouse mindfulness of body by checking in with the points of posture from the ground up. If you're on the floor, your legs are crossed loosely in front of you. And if you're in a chair, sit with your feet flat on the floor. And you may need to get a pillow or a cushion the next time under your feet so that feels comfortable. And try to sit forward so your back isn't leaning on anything. That's preferred, unless it's uncomfortable, in which case it is dispreferred. And let your belly relax. A lot. In fact, let your whole front body relax, your belly, your chest, and your throat, while your back is straight and strong and can carry it all. Your hands or palms down, just above the knee or at mid-thigh. And let the hands and arms and shoulders relax. And be still. Feel your sit bones rooting down into the earth. And feel yourself held in place with a sense of ease. The chin is tucked a little bit to bring an extra sense of length to the back body. And the mouth is closed. And you get to experience the delight of not having to speak. So let all the muscles of speech, the mouth, the tongue, the throat, etc., and even the inclination to speak, let all of those things relax. You don't have to say anything. Breath comes in and out through the nose, and just let your breath be as it is. You don't have to manipulate your breath in any way. The eyes remain open and the gaze cast down to a spot about 6 feet in front, and let your eyes be soft. The eyes are half lidded, and imagine that you could let your eyeballs drop back in their sockets a little bit, sort of pulling your eyes in while vision streams out. We are used to reaching out with our eyes all day long, and this is a chance to not do that. So there's as much a quality of inward looking as outward looking. And the crown of the head reaches up, just a little bit, like someone you really, really liked was holding their palm just centimeters above your head, and you want to feel the warmth of their touch, so you reach up, while your sit bones continue to root down. So there's a simultaneous sense of grounding and rooting and lifting up and aspiring, and they're inseparable. Place your attention on your breath as it flows in and out through the nose. Let your attention ride the breath with a light touch. So follow your inhale all the way in. See if you can notice the moment it turns into an exhale, and stay with the exhale. Ride the exhalation all the way out to the space in front. Notice the little gap at the end of the exhale, and how, without trying at all, the next inhalation simply arises. And begin again, coming in and flowing out. Without gripping the breath, simply ride the breath. Don't abandon it. Stay with it. In, out, gap, in, out, and so forth. If at some point you notice that your attention has been absorbed by thought, no problem. There is no effort to empty the mind of thought. No effort, no need to stop thinking. All you have to do, the moment you notice that you're absorbed in thought, rather than breath, is let go. If it helps, you can label that thought thinking. Let go, and come back with a sense of gentleness towards yourself, and take a fresh start. And know that you can always take a fresh start, always. thank you so much for your practice. I appreciate you making the effort so much.